Assalamualaikum students. I am Shiza Noor, your biology teacher, and I welcome you all to DPS online classes. Students, before we start our lecture, I would like to tell you the main objectives of today's lecture. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define movement and locomotion. You will be able to explain the role of skeletal system in our body. And you will also be able to describe the structure and types of cartilage. So let's start our topic, that is chapter number 13, Sport and Movement. The main contents of our topic are introduction to this chapter, human skeleton, in which we will discuss about role of skeletal system, bone and cartilage and its types. So let's start our topic, that is sport and movement. Students, we know that sport and movement is very important for our body. As we are living on land, we need to move from one place to another in search of food or for many other activities. That is why sport and movement is very important. The organisms with greater sizes need sport to keep their body mass as one unit. Because when we move from one place to another, we move as a whole body, including all our body parts. It means we are moving as one complete unit. And to do so, sport is very important for our body. This is particularly true for the organisms that live on land, like humans or many other animals. Movement and locomotion are characteristics of animals. You have heard about both these terms, that is movement and locomotion, but there is a slight difference between these two terms. First of all, what is movement? Movement is a general term meaning the act of changing place or position by entire body or by its parts. It means in movement there is only the change in place or position. There are two types of movements, that is movement of body parts and locomotion. Now what is locomotion? It is the movement of an animal as a whole from one place to another. It is not just about the body part. It is not about the place or position. It is actually the movement of complete body from one place to another. So both these terms, movement and locomotion, are the characteristics of animals. Now let's discuss about human or animals that have skeleton in their body which provide sport and movement. Skeletal system or skeleton is defined as the framework of hard articulated structures that provide physical support, attachment of skeletal muscles and protection for the bodies of animals. Which means the skeleton consists of hard jointed structures like bones, cartilage and muscles which provide us the physical support when we move from one place to another or when we are sitting or standing. It also helps in the attachment of skeleton muscles and provide us the protection. For example, skull protects the brain, the ribs protect the heart and lungs. Like other vertebrates, the human skeleton is on the inside of body and is called endoskeleton. Endo means inside. Here are some vertebrates that consist of endoskeleton. The skeletal system of some invertebrates, for example arthropods, is on the outside of the body and is called exoskeleton. Exo means outside. Here are some invertebrates that consist of exoskeleton. So both these type of skeleton exist, endoskeleton which is internal and exoskeleton which is external. Now what is this skeletal system consist of? In the living body, the skeleton is very much alive. Bones and cartilage are made of living cells and also have nerves and blood vessels in them which provide them nourishment. They grow and have the ability to repair themselves, which is very important characteristic of bones and cartilage. Now we will discuss about the role of skeletal system in our body. The big functions of skeletal system are protection, support and movement. In our body, skeleton works very closely with the muscular system to help us move because it is all about the movement of muscles, which means contraction and relaxation. Similarly, skeleton provides protection to many internal organs. For example, skull protects the brain, vertebral column protects our spinal cord, and ribs protect most of our other internal organs like heart and lungs. Vertebral column also provides the main support to our body mass when we sit or stand. Here are some other functions of skeleton. First of all, the protection. The cranium protects the soft tissue of the brain. Cranium is the part of skull. Similarly, the rib cage protects the delicate heart and lungs. The second important function is shape. Without the skeleton, the body would be flabby and shapeless. So skeleton is very important because it provides us a definite shape. Number 3, blood production. Red blood cells are made in the ribs and limb bones. Number 4, calcium storage. Bone is the largest supply of calcium because they have the ability to store calcium. Number 5, support. The vertebra support the head. As you can see here, it is a support to the head. Number 6, the bones and joints work with muscles to enable us to walk, run, and sprint. So these are all important functions of skeleton in our body. Now we will discuss about bone and cartilage. Overall, the human skeleton is made of bony framework, which means the framework of skeleton is made up of bones. But in certain parts, this framework is supplemented by cartilage. As you can see in this picture, here are the two bones and this portion between the bones is called cartilage. Cartilage and bones are types of connective tissue in animals. Connective tissue, like other tissues, are very important in animals and they are present between different tissues. Most connective tissues contain collagen fibers in a matrix. Collagen fibers are the structural protein fibers. Now what is cartilage? Cartilage is a dense, clear, blue-white, firm connective tissue, but it is less stronger than bone. Here is a microscopic picture of cartilage. The cells of cartilage are called chondrocytes. Each chondrocyte lies in a fluid space called lacuna present in the matrix of cartilage. Here is the chondrocyte in lacuna and this portion is called matrix. Now first of all, what is lacuna? A lacuna is a small space containing an osteocyte in bone. Osteocyte are the cells of bone, or chondrocyte in case of cartilage. Now what is matrix? Matrix is an abundant ground substance that is rich in proteoglycan and elastin fibers. This is actually made up of proteins and some other elastin fibers. So these are all important parts of cartilage. In this picture you can see the chondroblast. It is a cell that forms chondrocyte and this is the structure of chondrocyte. The chondrocytes consist of lacuna and this circular shaped portion is called nucleus. The matrix of cartilage also contains collagen fibers. What is collagen? It is the main structural protein that is present in the extracellular matrix in the various connective tissues of the body, which means collagen is an important structural protein that is present in the matrix. Tendons and ligaments are other connective tissues that contain tightly packed collagen fibers. We will discuss about tendons and ligaments in our next lecture. Now we are going to discuss about the types of cartilage. There are three important types of cartilage: hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. First of all, we will discuss about hyaline cartilage. It is strong yet flexible type of cartilage. It is a translucent bluish white type of cartilage. Here is a microscopic picture of hyaline cartilage, in which you can see lacuna, chondrocytes and matrix. It is found covering the ends of the long bones in the nose, larynx, trachea and in the bronchial tubes. The second important type of cartilage is elastic cartilage. It is similar in structure to hyaline cartilage. Here is a microscopic picture of elastic cartilage present in epiglottis. It is also quite strong but has elasticity due to a network of elastic fibers in addition to collagen fibers. These are the elastic fibers due to which this kind of cartilage is called elastic cartilage. It also consists of other collagen fibers. It is found in epiglottis, pinna, etc. The third important type of cartilage is fibrous cartilage. It is very tough and less flexible due to large number of thick collagen fibers present in knitted form. Here is a microscopic picture of fibrous cartilage present in intervertebral disc. You can see the fibrous matrix in which thick collagen fibers are present in knitted form, which means they are interlocked with each other. And you can see different chondrocytes. It is found in intervertebral discs. So these are all three important types of cartilage: hyaline cartilage, fibrous cartilage and elastic cartilage. Students, here is the picture in which you can see three different types of cartilage. So what type of cartilage these are? Number one, cartilage of epiglottis. It is an elastic cartilage. Number two, cartilage of larynx. It is a type of hyaline cartilage. And number three, cartilage of trachea. It is a type of fibrous cartilage. So students, this was all about today's lecture, in which we have studied about the skeleton, the role of skeletal system in our body and cartilage. We have also discussed about the types of cartilage. Students, we have discussed about the functions of skeletal system, in which sport is the most important function of skeletal system. It also allows the movement with the help of joints. And protection is also very important, because the skull protects the brain, the rib cage protects the heart. And the other important function is the production of red blood cells in bone marrow. It also helps in storage of phosphorus and calcium in our bones. Students, we have also discussed about the types of cartilage. There are three important types of cartilage. Number one is hyaline cartilage. It is the most common type of cartilage which is present in nose. Number two, fibrous cartilage. It is the toughest form of cartilage which is present in the intervertebral disc. And the third important type of cartilage is elastic cartilage, which provides firmness and elasticity. It is present in epiglottis and pinna. Students, now we will assess our lecture with the help of some multiple choice questions related to this topic. Number one, which one of the following have exoskeleton? Arthropods, birds, mammals or reptiles? The correct option is arthropods. Number two, the cells of cartilage are called collagen, osteocytes, chondrocytes or lacuna. The correct option is chondrocytes. Number three, the cartilage found in intervertebral discs is hyaline cartilage, fibrous cartilage, matrix or elastic cartilage. The correct option is fibrous cartilage. Number four, elastic cartilage is found in larynx, trachea, bronchial tubes or epiglottis. The correct option is epiglottis. Number five, which cartilage is found as covering the ends of long bones? Hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, fibrous cartilage or matrix. The correct option is hyaline cartilage. Now we will discuss some short question answers related to this topic. Number 1. Define locomotion and movement. In this question, you will write down the definition of locomotion and movement which we have discussed in today's lecture. Number 2. Differentiate between exoskeleton and endoskeleton. In this question, you will write the definition of exo and endoskeleton. You will also write at least 3 examples. Number 3. What is skeletal system? In this question, you will write the definition of skeletal system or skeleton which we have discussed in today's lecture. Number 4. What are chondrocytes? In this question, you will write the definition of chondrocytes, that these are the cells of cartilage. Number 5. What is the role of skeletal system in our body? You will write down the roles of skeletal system in our body, which means protection, support, and movement. You will also give the examples. Number 6. Define cartilage, name its types. In this question, you will write the definition of cartilage and name its 3 types, that is hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. Number 7. What is elastic cartilage and where is it located? Give 2 examples. You will write the definition of elastic cartilage and you will also write the location of elastic cartilage with 2 examples. We have discussed it in today's lecture. Number 8. What is the difference between hyaline and fibrous cartilage? You will write the definition and at least 2 differences between hyaline and fibrous cartilage. You may write their characteristics and examples. Now we will discuss some long question answers related to this topic. Number 1. Describe the structure and types of cartilage in human skeleton. In this question, you will write the definition of cartilage first. You will also write the structure of cartilage. And then you will describe the 3 types of cartilage with diagrams. Number 2. Compare elastic and fibrous cartilage. In this question, you will write the comparison between elastic and fibrous cartilage by writing their important features and giving their common examples. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you are clear with all the concepts. Thank you so much students for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.